have returned! Alright, so... Monday, the reason why I didn't upload Monday, I didn't want to. I didn't want to make a video that morning. That's it. I don't have a bigger reason. I don't have a big scheme this time. It's just, I didn't want to. And, funny story. So, I came in this room, I set everything up, and then I realized I don't have my microphone. And so I go into the other room to grab my microphone. And as I go in that room, I find the book that I'm reading, The Lesser Devil. And I just pick up the book and I start reading. 20-30 minutes pass, and then I get up, I come into this room for no reason at all. I don't know why I came into this room. And then I realized I'd gotten everything ready to record. So I should probably go do that. Then I went back, grabbed my microphone, came back, and now I'm here. Anyways, I hope you're all having a great day. It is time for me to talk about Wall of Storms and the Grace of Kings. So, wait. Oh, no, this is the Wall of Storms. For a second, I thought this was the Wall of Storms, and it was pretty thin for the Wall of Storms, so I was pretty confused. Anyways, the reason why I've lumped these two in as one video was really because I'd heard that The Grace of Kings was a prologue. And I think I'd agree with that. Also, I didn't make a review for The Grace of Kings because I didn't want to. I'm going to talk a little bit about it, and really the big reason why I didn't review The Grace of Kings was because The Grace of Kings is just so dense. It's so quick and fast-packed. I had no idea what to say about The Grace of Kings. But now with the Wall of Storms in my hands, I can really talk about it. So, I'm a little mixed on the Wall of Storms. There are some parts of this that I love. There are some parts of this that I'm not very big on. There are some character relationships I don't dig, period. I'm going to go into the more in the spoiler section. And for, whatchamacallit, help me out here. You can do it. I believe in you. Send me your strength through the video. I can't remember what it's called. Oh, yeah. And then there are some parts of it that are amazing. And in fact, some of it reminds me of Sun Eater. Is it as good as Sun Eater? Let me be very clear. No, it is not. But the cultural dynamics, the idea of these cultures mashing against one another is very fantastic and fascinating. It's this idea of when does a people become a people? I know I tackled this idea with Perdido Street Station a little bit in that it's more on the individual scale. What makes you, you? But the Wall of Storms seems to be tackling what makes a people the people. So what makes the American people the American people? I should not have said that. I'm sorry. Considering I feel like I'm going to start a voting war in the comments. Please don't do that. I will not be tolerating that. Please do. This is a book channel. We talk about books here. Anyways, what makes a certain people the people? What makes the Brazilian people Brazilians? What makes the Amazon... maybe not. Well, sure. Amazon rainforest people, the people. Does it... If you just start living in the Amazon rainforest and you lived in Europe your whole life and your whole generation, I don't know what it's called, like your whole ancestry has lived in Europe, then are you Amazonian if you go to the Amazon and start living there? It's such a fascinating question, and I love how Ken Liu is talking about it, and he's really it seems he's trying to process it. And I also love what happened to the characters from book 1 and how it all developed and started coming in the Wall of Storms. I should also say, it's going to take me a while to get to the next book in the series, because the Wall of Storms is so depressing to me. I know all this book, like, these books are so depressing. Like, I can't even describe to you. I read the Grace of Kings and like, oh, that was all so good. And then I read the Wall of Storms and like, I'm so depressed. Like, I got through a certain point of it and I'm going, fuck. That's not... shit. I'm so depressed. Like, it's so depressing. I don't know. Ken Liu has a way of making me feel so depressed. I don't get it. Like, not even Abercrombie makes me this depressed. It's really weird. Ken Liu's making me like just, shit. The last time I felt this depressed was in One Piece Water 7, and it's like, fuck. And if you know what happened in that arc, you know what happened. So I'll leave that to you. But it's just depressing. It's so weighty that I can't wait to continue, but I'm going to wait to continue. I'm probably not going to touch the series again for another 3 or 4 months. Because I want to read Wall of... God damn it! I get Wall of Storms and Veiled Throne mixed up all the time. I want to read the Veiled Throne and Speaking Bones right next to each other, but they're both 1,000 pages. And that's so much. I couldn't do that. I think right now, especially with the Wall of Storms, I'm really feeling the number of heavyweights that I've just been hitting at time and time again. Because I think I've read nothing but 800-page plus books, or maybe 900-page plus books, since like Ships of Merior. I read Ships of Merior, and then I read a ton of other stuff, and it's really weighing on me. I had no idea big books could really hit me this much, but this is like 900 pages. It's 856. I don't know why I had to look. I know how much it is, but it was a fantastic story, and now I'm going to go into spoilers. So, 3, 2, 1. All right. So, now we're into spoilers. I did not like Zomi and Thera. I don't like that sort of relationship, ever. Specifically, in that you have this mentor figure, this person you look up to as a kid, and then you grow up, and then you love them in a romantic way. It's just, I don't know, it doesn't sit well with me, you know? I don't like it. I really, really don't like it. So, that's specifically one of the things that got me really depressed, and then also the death of... So many deaths! Kunigaru's death was so good! Like, oh man, it riled me up. I'm like, I read the scene aloud. I sat down and started to read his speech aloud as I knew he was coming to his end. I'm like, yes! Yes, Kunigaru! Do it! He's just so, like, he's such a drama man. I love him for that. He's so good. And, man, it was just fantastic! The death of Kunigaru was chef's kiss. Like, and then the lead up, how all the gods visit him in a dream, and how they're staring at him and going, your time's up, pal. Let's go to the river on which nothing floats. And then they lead him down, and it's so, so good. And then he gets to meet Mata Zindu again. I wish like we could get like a little afterlife story about the two of them meeting, because Jesus Christ, they sicked each other. They just butchered each other. Christ almighty, poor children. Or well, they're not children, they're adults. But the two of them, Jesus, I loved them, but why? They just hurt each other so much. Yeah, that's how that is. But that was my favorite scene in the whole book. And then Jin's death was also pretty good. It's not nearly as good as Kunigaru's. Sorry, that wasn't even close to Kunigaru's. But I loved the speech and where she grabs Doubtender and holds it up to the sky and is going, I have to end my doubts. And she still doesn't think that they're going to win. She just thinks, I gotta protect my people as best I can. We're gonna die free, rather than... that's another thing I loved. Is it better to die free than live as slaves? It's always a question that I think is interesting. Would you rather live without your freedom? Or would you or would you die with it? I love that because it to me the human will is such an important aspect of all stories, and even in real life the human will is so incredibly important to everything, to us as a species, that I think it's so fascinating to see how some characters are going to answer this, because everybody's going to answer it a little differently. But I tend to have the answer of, oh yeah, no, absolutely, I'd die with my freedom. That's maybe 20 years later, I'm going to say, Jesus, why would you do that, Alex? Why would you say that? But I'm going to say now, I'd rather die with my freedom than live as a slave. It's a scary thought, but I'm just going to say it. I'm going to put it out there into the world. Anyways, Wall of Storms was Oh, another thing. The Drift. I think Janny Wirtz has read Dandelion Dynasty, now that I think about it, because I saw one of her messages on Twitter, and I replied to it, and I said, I'm kind of just drifting along in the Wall of Storms. I didn't mean it to be a pun, and then she's like, the great drift in the Wall of Storms. I'm like, oh, yep, never mind. She actually understood that could have a different meaning, but no, she's just smart, and she took my stupid, dumb man words, caveman words, and made them look really smart. I'm like, ooh, I'll take that. But, the drift with Kunigaru was a fantastic scene, and especially Kunigaru's fight to stay alive. And, oh man, I should also say Zomi and Kunigaru, I was saying Kunigaru. I meant Luan Jia. Kunigaru was on... Yeah, sure. Kunigaru was on the sea. He went through the Wall of Storms. I wonder how that story would end. But Luan Jia, fantastic character, and his death was amazing. I loved also Zomi getting to meet her father again. I don't remember what happened to her father. Did he just die? If you know, please tell me. But yeah, this was an amazing book. Is it a 5-star? No. It's probably my first not 5-star in a little bit. I think I'd give it 4 stars. I don't like it as much as The Grace of Kings. I thought I would. I really don't know why I did. I had an expectation. I thought that I would like it just as much as The Grace of Kings, but I did not. So, that's sad. I really didn't, but I'm hoping Speaking Bones or Veiled Throne will reach the heights of The Grace of Kings for me, because, I loved The Grace of Kings. And also, I thought the romance in Wall of Storms was a lot less interesting. I didn't like the romance. Yeah, I know I said I didn't like Zomi and Thera. I don't like that sort of relationship. It's weird to me. But the Grace of Kings romance had me much more enthralled. It's not fair. But the relationship between Jia and Kunigaru was just... I don't know. I had so much fun following the two of them. I don't ever like romances that much, but I liked it there. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Next video is going to be a Cosmere video, so I hope you stay tuned for that. That's going to be Friday. I was going to record this and make it for today, yesterday, as of the release of this video. Tuesday, the 21st, I was gonna make it for today, and yep, that's how it is. I loved this. It was fantastic. 4 stars though, because I thought the bad parts ended up negating the good parts, or not negating. I don't want to say negating, but like it dragged it down a bit, and it also just started to drag because I think I put it at the end of a lot of chunky books, and so I'm going to be taking the next month mostly to read some smaller books here and there, besides for my big read of next month, which I still haven't decided if it's going to be Malazan or Wars of Light and Shadow. I know it's the 21st. I should probably figure that out, but who knows? And so I said Friday's going to be that. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I hope you all have a great day, and see you all next time.